So he basically first was explaining that prayer. He agrees with that part that prayers are different from meditation. In prayers, we are asking something, but in meditation, we are uh, trying to getting deeper. So, but he's now saying when we go to God to cut cords um, with our past actions, karmas, is it different from getting into samadhi and doing the same thing? Because in meditation also we say that we are cutting cord with past karmas or cutting cord with karmas and cutting cords basically as you call it, right? uh, is this correct, Bridge? This is what you are asking, right?
Right.
Okay. Both could be similar or different. The thing is that in our life we have to learn. I think that's what I was explaining last time, last question when Diana asked something. Everything happens so that we learn from something, and learning means that we are able to cut cord with past karmas, and we learn to let go, we learn to accept things, we learn to appreciate things. Why do people call you practice gratitude? Why people say that you let go of things or forgive others or ask for forgiveness? It is because of the same reason. All karmas, what is karma basically? People say cause and effect, whatever you do, you will follow the same fate, or you'll face the same thing. But why? If karma is that you do something good, you will get good. You do something bad, you get something bad. If that is karma, then why it is that way? We all know what karma is, but why that karma is, right? And that is where I was saying that it is because we learn to appreciate, we learn to let go, we learn to love everyone. Ultimately, God is all about love. When we say love, it means it is opposite of hate, opposite of anger, and something like that. Because we are talking about many expressions of emotions, but when you have the true emotion of love, like our definition of love itself is pretty different. I love this. I love my son, my daughter, my husband, my wife, my father, my job, my whatever. It is accumulation. It is attachment. But higher form of love is to let go, being happy in someone's happiness. Who would you describe as who loves you more? Someone uh, who's actually telling you I can do this thing for you, or I'm doing this or whatever, or someone who's saying that if you're happy, I'm fine. Whether you do something that I like or don't like, whether I agree with your way of doing things, I still love you. Which is what we see or hear from at times from our parents. And if we are lucky, we hear that from our spouses or some friends. In fact, they love us for whatever we are, whether we say bad things or whatever. I'm deviating, I know, because I'm talking about love. But the karma is because we learn something. And unless we learn, we'll not be able to evolve and grow spiritually. And unless we are able to grow spiritually, we'll not be able to go closer to God or the Creator if you don't believe in God. So, whether you cut that cord by worship, because worship is one form of meditation which is followed by many people. But what happens is when we start to find more about worshipping, you get into religion, and when you get into religion, you get into some other things. So it takes the whole essence away from worshipping, then just to either praise God or not question the things and things like that, which is where, if you think from a different perspective, at least if you think the way I think, I will find more disconnect. Like, why this way? Why God is um, so sensitive that if I can say anything to my mom doesn't like it. I mean, my mom doesn't mind it. But if I say something wrong, the God will be punishing me. That what kind of God it is? My mom is greater than the God in that case, right? So there's so much that religion cannot define. It is made in such a certain way. But if you are doing that worshipping, you are basically worshipping is not cutting cord. You are actually finding that connection. Cutting cord comes with your realization that you have done something wrong. There was something, some people you hurt. You need to say sorry. You need to be thankful for what you have. Unless you pay attention to those things, you go deeper. You try to find these things out. It'll not happen. But worshipping, if you just worship God, make that connection, like concentrating. So in meditation also, meditation always does not mean that you are able to cut that connection. If you are just contemplating on another thing, maybe you improved your focus, but you're not basically um, revisited your past or revisited how you were, what you have. How would you let go of things otherwise if you don't pay attention? How would you be grateful of things if you don't make yourself aware of such things? So that is one thing. Now I'll say something completely contradictory. You have this um, cycle of karma or these things till the time you are in the game that we play as being humans, being born, dying, being born again, and things like that. If you take yourself away from the game, the rule of engagement will change. Like, some rules apply for humans, and Diana mentioned like some sects of Christianity believe in saints as well. So the rules for saints would be different. They are not bound by the same rules that humans are. Similarly, the life forms within on this earth itself are bound by different rules. So if you are able to elevate your understanding, your awareness to a level, the rules of engagement will change and some of it will not apply to you. But karma will apply to you. It doesn't mean that you became saint and you start doing all the bad things. But understand that everything happens for only this reason, that you learn, evolve, and not repeat that, not to go deeper again, not to go lower than where you are. Because if you do the same thing, then you're not learning. It's like the same thing. If you know, so in the childhood, we used to play with some toys. Even though we now like those toys, we don't get the same feeling of playing with those toys. If as a kid you liked say one house, right, or some kitchen set or some whatever it is, and you someone gives you that, you'll be happy for sure. It'll rekindle some of your emotions, some memories and all that. But if you want a house and someone gives you that house, will you be happy? No. It is good, it has certain space, certain pleasures that rekindles the memory and experience, but you'll not be happy for that house because now your definition of house has changed. You see that as a toy, not as a house. So because you have evolved from child to adult, you have evolved, right? So similarly, we have to evolve from where we are. And once you are able to evolve, the value of that, even though some memories and some experiences will still remain, you will not be as impacted by that. If someone breaks that house, you will not, you might find, you'll be sad for some time, but you will not like kill the person or try to commit suicide saying my life is so this thing, my house is broken, that's the only thing I had, or thing like that, though many people do that way also, no doubt. But yeah, I know, I guess what you're getting what I'm trying to say, right? So once we evolve, we we see the value of something else, or we see the real value of that thing. We now take that as a toy. And similarly, when you evolve from karmas, you get rid of certain things, you are able to elevate yourself to a higher self. I hope that answers your question.
Right.